Welcome to the clashing of steel. And oh, do I love to play Leonidas. I mean, fighting the shades, Phalanx and shield bash. What more is there that you need? Oh, and hold the line. The pretty much infinite moral keeper. Something that makes you unshakable, basically. I mean, I guess hold the line goes for this unit, or this commander. And oh, those archers are goners. I mean, I don't mind archers with any form of missile block, and Fight in the Shades performs overly well. And considering my overall great melee effectiveness, I mean, what more could I want? Maybe a wee bit more mobility, but I mean, I have my own speciality. Just like Leonidas is more special on the mobility side. And oh, clever boy tried to bait me. Well, that's not good. I mean, this is a great unit to hold the line with. This is a great unit to just keep opponents at bay, keep opponents delaying. The longer bottleneck or the bigger bottleneck you have, the better it works, the better it is. And I'm messed up right now. And got also slightly charged in the back. Oh, I don't fear those units. I mean, they're tier 5s, but I wish I had them engaged. I wish I had them under control. Could have used a wee bit more support from Draconian, but doesn't matter. Often enough, just being in a certain location can matter a lot, and ooh, those archers want a piece of me. And I'm forced into my typical usual defensive position. I mean, you may take the tower, but you're not gonna get through this place so easily. There is a reason I'm playing Leonidas, and there's a reason why I'm so comfortable in this very specific situation and location. And of course, that's Scorched Earth. The reason I'm very comfortable is because I can move properly in Phalanx. Although I lose a lot because of the massive number of opponents just forcing me from different sides, or who are forcing my unit from different sides. But, I mean, comfort is something that Leonidas can have. He just needs to cover off his area properly. And if he can cover his flanks, that's even a lot better. I mean, he's one of the ultimate defensive commanders. He offers a lot of defense via the Phalanx. He gets a lot more effectiveness combining it with offense with the shield bash, and hold the line just improves his positioning and defensive effectiveness in general. He is not a Superman, but if you play him correctly, he might as goddamn well be. He can just turn the most ridiculous situations into a slaughter. He can just bash the hell out of most other infantry units that are not spear units, at least. In many cases, even spear units. I mean, there are many Germanicus players who are capable to defeat Leonidas. But that usually requires for them to have Armored Legionnaires, something that is heavy and has plausible ability or plausible defense to counter the Phalanx itself. And it also requires Vengeance, or at least it on a certain amount. There are moments when I have literally used, I think it was 3 tiers lower Spearmen with Leonidas to bash the hell out of, I think it was tier 9 Germanicus. I'm not sure if those Legionnaires were armored or not, but that has worked. The bash has just worked for me that well. I mean, I still lost my unit, but I also beat the living hell out of him. Well, Armored Legionnaires with Germanicus and Leonidas with Spearmen are something that can cancel each other out. Maybe not on tier 6, but definitely on tier 7, maybe tier 8. Beyond that, I think Germanicus just turns into a meat grinder, and is best killed with javelins, light artillery, elephants. Even elephants are bad options, seeing how heavily he can burn everything down. Well, I did my job with a slight failure. I lost a couple of troops, I took somewhat a lot archer fire, but at least we killed them all here. And I don't think we needed that many players. One unit of, well, maybe not one unit, one player with Folksmen or Swordsmen would have been enough. And of course the elephants are fighting in the middle. I mean, elephants, as I have always said, they are an incredible, invaluable tool that can be just magnificent game changer if you use it properly. If you don't use it and you play it like a buffoon, of course it's gonna die in the middle of nowhere, with its value being nil. Well, value usually still being great, let's be honest. It can't be nothing, because even buffoons with elephants get decent score. And that is something that really pisses me off. I can understand players playing, having fun with elephants, working with their team, or having themselves 2 infantry units and an elephant unit. But playing them all 3, I don't mind that they're playing all 3. Yes, the elephant died. Playing all 3 and just sending them narrow-mindedly in. I mean, okay, yeah, against tier 5s they can easily manage. But if it would be tier 6, the Vengeance would probably start eating them a wee bit more. Or even tier 7, 8, or let's be honest, on 10, it's kind of like a melting butter. And though it seems that a lot of them are playing Armored Legionnaires, I mean, I can understand the armor. They can be great. I can understand why players play them with Germanicus. I know I hate Armored Legionnaires so much, or I seem to hate them, or at least that's how I let it off. But really, Armored Legionnaires can be invaluable. They are really valuable, especially if players want to engage them. But then again, if you have a team who's just denying them the engagement and keeps harassing them with javelins or artillery or something, that is how you counter them. And I've been countered with Armored Legionnaires in incredible ways. Yes, artillery is one way, as I said. But then again, if javelins get a drop on you, you can't just do that, they surround you. Well, you can just do that, but they surround you. It's not going to work out the way you want it. I know I come off as a real Germanicus hater, but it's just because I've been burned so hard with Germanicus. Germanicus is one of my most played commanders. I played it in Steam version like, I don't know, 400 battles, 500 battles, a lot anyways. And there are incredible ways how players just have learned to counter you. Well, maybe not all of them. Yeah, there is there are a lot more players now than there were in Steam version. But still, there are just like these easy counters. Yet they seem to not be that effective against you like the javelins, when you at least use the Studo. But then again, they can be. And as I have always said, countering Germanicus is easy. Just don't let him engage you. Or if you do so tactical-like and disengage him after he uses Vengeance, depleting him that way and engaging on your own terms. With Phalanx, there is also a way it can work. You can just Phalanx yourself, let him engage you, do your bash, pull back, reform, and bash again. Or if you're with, let's say, Leonidas or someone else, you can just be in Phalanx and retreat a little bit every now and then. You want for your unit to form up properly, because otherwise there are going to be holes and gaps in the line, and Germanicus or the Vengeance will just burn through those. Actually, with Military you can just use break ranks, turn around, and charge away. Simple as that. And well, here my bash seems to have worked very well. I mean, the stab ability or the thrust ability, I really dislike it, but I can understand why it's in the game. I really hate actually the Armored Legionnaires, or in general Romans played by Germanicus. I'm sorry, I'm letting on the hate again. I really hate their stab because Vengeance just improves stab abilities so much. And that stab can literally be as devastating as the shield bash that I can use. Oh, and it seems I have a chance here. Well, you know, this is always a lovely moment when your opponent is just walking through you. That is like doing free damage. Although sadly I have remnants alive, so I can't do much. But I still like how this is going down. Well, with a little teamwork and defensive effectiveness of Leonidas, one can simply do a lot. Well, these guys have lost. These are the only units alive. And we have mostly destroyed everything else. So, okay, let's head over to scoreboard. So, as Leonidas, I have a lot of defense score, a lot of capable offense score, a wee bit support, and of course capture. Sadly, the elephants beat me at capture, and this is where I was put. It's just unbelievable. Elephants, such big game changers. I think they should be lower, tier 5 and 6. Beyond that, I think they're kinda balanced. They require still some brain to deal with, as they usually do. But okay. So I did my all. I gave my all. I took a lot of missiles from opponents in the beginning, so that's where I got my defense score. I didn't see opposing cavalry that much. The opposing team's worst Kinane player gave me all of my defense score, big thanks to her. Also, the two worst Germanicus players were the ones I was facing at the watchtower and who we were able to beat. I mean, they still did a lot of damage to me and probably my teammates, but still mostly to me. Well, the opposing team's best Germanicus player was dealing with the elephants. I kinda think the elephants shredded him a bit, but the vengeance just made him earn that huge of a score. Also, the defense, where he played a big role, so to say. And of course, I'm not sure what did the opposing team's best archer player do. Well, at least I got supported by Vercingetorix, at least a bit under the watchtower. Actually, also by Arminius with the Falksmen near the opposing base where I was fighting the armored legionnaires. I mean, that was near an ideal situation for Arminius and the Falksmen. But they should have just spread and flanked those armored legionnaires from both sides, maybe even 3 sides if possible, and I would have been there to just harass those legionnaires from the remaining side. I mean, if they are focusing on the Falksmen, the Phalanx in the rear and the Bash will just eat them alive. But well, this was the situation I was in, and I think I did okay. It could have been better as usual. Well, anyways, don't forget to subscribe, and thanks for watching.